Let's hear it again for Yves Gomez and the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Welcome now, Dennis Van Roekel and Wade Henderson.
Whoa! Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon. This is truly America the Beautiful. Give yourselves a hand. Please join me in welcoming my friend and partner, Dennis Van Roekel. Dennis is a passionate advocate for children and public education who spent the 23 years as a teacher, one of the most important jobs in America. And now, Dennis is the head of the National Education Association. With its 3.2 million members, the NEA is the largest labor union in the United States.
Thank you, and it is an honor of a lifetime to be here with Wade Henderson, President and CEO of the Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights, the nation's premier civil and human rights coalition, one in which my organization is a proud member. I'm standing here by the leader of a movement which fought for and won passage of every major civil rights law since the Civil Rights Act of 1957.
At the Leadership Conference, we're working to build an America that's as good as its ideals. And one of the most important ideals that we fight for is our belief that equal access to a quality public education is a fundamental civil and human right. Both Dennis and I believe fervently that the future of our country depends on our ability to make that idea a reality for every single child, regardless of his or her zip code. Education is the foundation that enables all of us to achieve the American dream. And at a time when America's standing in the world is being challenged on many fronts, education is a critical component in rebuilding our economy and preparing our citizens for the jobs of today and tomorrow. The stakes are high. Every year, more than 1 million students, many of whom are poor and from the fastest growing segments of our society, drop out of high school without a diploma. The economic, social, and political costs are astounding. Nearly 6 decades after Brown versus the Board of Education, too many of our kids are in under-resourced schools and overcrowded classes, with fewer and older textbooks and without the preschool and after-school programs that would give them a fighting chance at success. The true test of our greatness as a society will be whether or not we rise to the challenge and do what's right for our children today and the generations that will follow. We are all in this together. Parents, students, teachers, and entire communities. And we all need to paddle in the same direction. All children can learn, high-quality public education can be achieved, and though it has become politically popular in far too many circles, demonizing teachers is not the answer. Demonizing teachers is not the answer. You can't reform public education without them. So I'm not dreaming, but I truly believe that when we work together, we can solve even our most difficult challenges, and the time to act is now. Together, we must demand the same high academic standards for every child and the resources needed to meet them. Together, we must ensure that we find the very best teachers, give them the very best training, pay them a decent wage, and invest in their success so our children can succeed. Together, we must ensure that school buildings are well maintained, energy efficient, and equipped for learning with broadband connections and technological resources necessary to prepare our children for the 21st century. Together, we must ensure that all children have access to nutritious food, exercise, and the arts so that they're healthier, well-balanced, and ready to and eager to learn to the very best of their ability. And together, we must close the high school dropout factories that indirectly promote the school-to-prison pipeline that ruins young lives before they've really begun. Now look, can we do this? Yes, we can. Will we do it? That's up to us. And as the great Frederick Douglass reminds us, power concedes nothing without a demand. It never has, it never will. And the most effective way to hold power accountable is through our vote. Voting is the language of democracy. If you don't vote, you don't count. Case closed. So your presence here today is a powerful reminder that there is far more that unites us than divides us. We share common dreams. We share common values. We share a common belief that one nation working together can build a better world for us all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything you do every day for schools and children. Dennis.
Thank you. Thank you. For all of us who understand the history of this place, we are standing on holy ground. This is a place where millions of people who had been left out of the promise of America began to finally believe that they could dream, that the American dream just might be for them too. As I stand here, I can almost hear President Lincoln saying that education is the most important subject which we as people can be engaged in. And I can almost hear the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. when he said, education is the road to equality and citizenship. I am here along with my fellow members of the National Education Association, representing 3.2 million members who care deeply about the dreams of America's children. NEA members have come here today from every single state in the country, Alaska to Alabama, Hawaii to Maine, to stand together with you, our partners, our friends, in our collective commitment to jobs, justice, and public education. Educators work every day to support this agenda because our country can't create enough good jobs or achieve justice for everyone without great public education. Our greatest leaders have always known that education is a cornerstone of democracy and prosperity. Today, our economy works fine for the wealthy, but not so well for working families. Millions of middle-class, hard-working families have lost their jobs, their homes, and their savings. And more than 43 million Americans are living below the poverty level, including many of our students, 1 out of every 5 children. We all know that education is the engine that drives our economy. Today, I'm proud to announce that NEA is launching a Priority Schools campaign to focus on the schools that should be our national priority, the 5% of our schools that are struggling. Never again should a child in America have to attend a school that is not safe, nurturing, and high-performing. Never again should we let a child or thousands of children each day drop out of high school. Never again should we accept any place in the world except first place for the children of America. But nothing's going to change for our kids in our poorest communities until they're first in the hearts of every American. Our top priority has to be where kids need us the most. Communities that struggle with unemployment, poverty, and crime must be where we concentrate our priority schools. These kids need everything they need to succeed. The best teachers and support staff, the highest standards, preparation for careers, and the possibility of affordable college. Let us leave here today committed to all our children's education. That is the measure we will hold politicians to. Did you strengthen families and communities by building a great public school for every child? Did you care about building an economy that pulled struggling communities into the American dream of something better? Were you dedicated to justice for all? This is the America our children deserve to dream of, to reach for, and to achieve. This is the America we will vote for on November 2nd. Thank you very much.